Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos for trading only. You're very welcome to follow any of the automated signal as long as you are on a sim. We're not. Good morning, everyone, and welcome. We're not responsible for your trade, and we're not your financial advisor either. It's 10 o'clock. There is a news as we speak right now. We'll wait a couple minutes and for them to digest those news, and then we start analyzing the market. Thank you. Okay, we are done with the news, and you gotta be careful. There is no short on the ES, whether you are a manual, automated. There is no short on the ES, folks. So you gotta concentrate on the long trade only. The only time we're gonna be thinking about short if the ES go below 41.31. As long as this ES above this 41.40, you need to shoot long. We're not your financial advisor. Whatever you do, it is at your own risk. You're not paying us to do this. So whether you are auto trading or manual, keep short and long. There is no short. Do not allow your auto trade to take short trade either. Too early for the short. A heavy support area And as long as we are 41.40 and 41.39 or 41.38, we are okay on the long. If this market go below the 41.39, you should halt all your trades. Whether you are auto trading, manual, you should stop trading immediately until we either go back again above the 41.40, or if the market go below the 41.30. If this market fall below that 41.38, you are in trouble. Short and long, you are in trouble. So you gotta keep yourself updated what's going on in the market, and this is what we are trying to do here. We were right on the spot with the support area, and the market is going long. For the Nasdaq trader, once we able to break the 129.61, we will be shooting straight up to the 13,000 level, and then at the end by 11 o'clock we should hit target 1, 13,049. So the market is going to the right direction, is going long. Once this market break that area here, the 129.71, we're gonna be shooting straight. We're gonna have a little difficulties on the 13,018, but then the final touch will be the 13,449 level as we speak. So what it is right now, it is a really crucial for this ES to start breaking above the 41.51, and the Nasdaq start breaking above the 129.69 is very important if we are taking a long. It is very important to see those numbers. If we look at the market fundamental, the market momentum here, the pressure in the market, all of it indicate they're gonna break those levels. So you have this extra edge ahead from any other trader to understand the stress in the market, the pressure in the market, the momentum in the market, and then there is a good potential from this, a good potential to break out, and most likely we will be at 11 o'clock at 13,000 level. So hold your seatbelt, and we are going to start penetrating those numbers. With our auto trade, we changed from swing trading to scalping mode, and in between scalping and swing trading. So for the ES, the target is 41.68, and this is by 11 o'clock. And then once we hit the 68, we will see the institutional number at 41.80. So we will take a step at a time. We will cross that bridge when we get there. At this moment right now, our main concern is the 13,023 and the 41.62 level. Those on the ES Nasdaq, those are our problem at this moment. And the market will go higher to those levels. And we will see where we are at. We have the CL Nasdaq. We have the CL ES, and we need the Nasdaq. The problem is the Nasdaq, they all finished early today. They already hit the target very early. There we go, it's shooting in the air. and we have predicted before it happened. Perfect day, perfect entry, perfect, going in the right direction. Everything is smooth, lift off, and we know where's our level considering closing positions. Okay, guys, you gotta be, when you are auto trading, manual, whatever, 4163.50 is your problem on the ES. 13,025 is your problem on the Nasdaq. So you need to, if you are auto trading, you need to consider if you want to take a profit or you want to stay, hang around. There is a good possibility to go a higher level. This is the bridge we were talking about. We need to cross. Everything is pointing, the market is extremely strong to the long side, and we will, there is a problem at 41.63 on the ES, and there is a problem on 13.25 on the Nasdaq. You're gonna have a little problem. Once we hit the target one, profit taking. So you gotta be careful on the profit taking. It's done by the institutional. It's not done by amateur trading. Those are your institutional. For the market analyzer, we are already about to cross 1,000 ticks into the profit based on the last entry signal, and we will see. We monitor this one here. You don't have to trade all of it. You can trade ES, Nasdaq, Dow Jones. You can use the market analyzer also for a micro accounts only, like micro ES, micro Nasdaq, micro YM, whatever ticks you. You can do that. So there is a buying power. If we notice on the chart, the chart is blinking here. When the market is blinking, that means some orders has been filled. This one here also in conjunction with the 6 different time frame. This is not just a little stupid ATR indicator or a MACD. So there is a much more into the chart than what you think. And this way we can monitor everything in the market, predicting. Your job as a future trader is predicting, not based on what happened in Bitcoin 4 years ago and it's going to reoccur. Those people are fools. Those people are not traders. Those people are car salesmen. What happened in the Bitcoin 4 years ago is not gonna reoccur. It was different inflation, different president, different shape, different war. Everything is different. What happened in 4 years ago is not gonna happen today. That's for sure. You take a day at a time. You don't take what happened 40 years ago. If somebody passed out from eating hamburger 4 years ago, does not mean he's gonna pass out eating hamburger again after 4 years. For God's sake, I don't know where they come out with all those brilliant ideas. You know, you pass out eating hamburger 4 years ago, you're gonna pass out again eating hamburger after 4 years because it reoccurs after every 4 years. How brilliant it is! So don't let those rubbish talk to you about what happened. Tons of people lost money. Tons of people lost money on the crypto based on what reoccur. What reoccur and never work. It's a different time. What happened last week on the ES is not gonna happen today. What will happen today on the ES is not going to happen next Tuesday. You know, so all this rubbish, take it out of your brain. Don't be fundamental, trying to be technical. Those fundamental, they were started with the Forex, and that's why you see there is a lot of fundamental Forex traders, and guess what? They go straight to the garbage. And you cannot be fundamental and technical, and this is the biggest mistake you see by those people trying to predict the cryptocurrency, which what they have done with their lousy prediction. What they have done, a lot of people has lost their home saving, their accounts, a lot of losses based on one guy trying to combine fundamental with technical. You don't do that. And on the future trading, what happened yesterday, if your auto trade made $10,000 yesterday, it does not mean it's going to recur on Monday next week because your ES made 10,000. It's not going to reoccur. It could be next Monday 11,000, or it could be one single nice banana on next Monday. You cannot predict what will happen next Monday based on what happened last Monday. I don't know who's this brilliant idea come out with, and I keep hearing people saying, well, now it is the reoccur in 4 years. What is a reoccur in 4 years? What has to do a banana with a coconut? 4 years ago was a banana and now is a coconut. What those two combine with each other? What they have in common? You know, so presidents has changed. The inflation has changed. The world has changed. You know, a disease. We had Corona. So what happened 4 years ago is not gonna reoccur, for God's sake. Now, you know, and all this prediction before New Year Eve, that Bitcoin going to the 100,000, what happened to those guys? They just wrap it up with a toilet paper and now they keep going with it, you know, and they're trying to reoccur their sad stories. If you want to trade Bitcoin, you open a chart, you look on different corners. If you are a long-term trader or a short-term trader, depends who you are, you put your chart, you see your technical analysis, and then you go ahead and make a decision whether you want to jump into it or not. You know, and all this reoccur, or what happened last Monday is going to happen today. This is false information. Two things you have to remember: you're either technical or just a dreamer. You know, you cannot be both. You cannot be fundamental and technical. So, what happened to the CL if the CL is $100 or the CL is $300 is irrelevant to you. Today the CL is 93. I remember the first time the CL hit 100, because I remember there is one guy bought his granddaughter the first CL when it hit 100, and that it was many years ago. I can dig in the back, but as I remember the first time ever the CL hit 100, it was around 10-15 years ago. And what happened, there is one rich man, I don't want to call names or anything, he bought the first CL hit 100 to his grandchild, and that's fine, you know. But what I'm saying is 10-15 years later, we still have the CL on $93, you know. So what happened, what reoccurred 10 years ago is not going to reoccur again, and the CL is going to hit a new level, because it was around this timing where the CL back then hit the $100, and there is a grandfather bought the first $100 CL. It was for his grandchild. He can adopt us anytime. We're glad to get a CL for $100 from him, but we can call him Daddy. And so, guys, stay on the technical, please, because this is what really prevent us from the imaginary disasters. So as we predicted, the CL, the ES has a problem, as we predicted, on the 13,016, 13,019, and the ES, the problem is 4162, as we predicted. Exactly those levels I told you we're gonna be worried about it. The pullback is not short, especially if you are auto trading with an ATR. This is just a dummy moving average. If this market pull back, your ATR is gonna ignite a short trade. There is no short trade. There is a pullback re-entry at 41.50, and on a sim, we're not responsible for your trade. And there is a pullback re-entry on 129.73. Simple. So when you are using a dummy indicator as an auto trade, by this time, once this bar going down, you're gonna ignite a short trade, and that is a losing trade. Sometimes by accident the market has given in and it go further down. It does not mean you are winning trade. By luck, the market did go to your direction. By luck. This one does not call consistency. Consistency, when you understand where is the pullback re-entry, or when there is a breakout, and where is the levels in the market. You don't understand the level in the market, you are one disaster trader. Nothing is gonna save you. Nothing. Not auto trade, not indicator. If you don't understand your levels in the market, you are one disaster trader. It's a matter of time before you hit the wall, and then you'll be out of the game. Simple as that. Take it as it is. Cut and dry. Let's go back here. We have an ES, Nasdaq, and we have also we have a Nasdaq and a CL, and we need to take the trade for an ES. Okay, if we look, this is the $1 million questions, which you see very often. People that want to cover fibs. I don't want to cover fibs. I don't want to draw lines, because each person draw the lines differently from another person. And this guy drew the line maybe from here to here, and some other guy might draw it somewhere else. And it's been always a puzzle. But let's say, for the argument's sake, they all pinpoint the right fibs. The problem is none of them have a brain enough to tell me which fib is gonna hold, which fib is gonna be penetrated. None of them. They all can waste 3 hours drawing a fib line. Yes. Very good. Proud of you. Your mother is proud of you. But you need to tell me which fib line is going to hold and which fib line is going to be cut right through it like a knife. You don't know. Okay. So the professional is not about drawing a dummy fib line. The details is which fib line is gonna hold, which fib line is irrelevant. This is where your left corner in the chart can determine for you step by step the high time frame, the institutional target, the pressure, the signal, and from 1 to 30 minutes measuring buyers and sellers. This is your instrument to predict for you which level is going to hold, where is this market is going, and where is most likely this market is gonna run out of steam. Those are your instruments. It's exactly like when you're landing an aircraft in the dark and you are relying on your instruments. You don't put your finger out of the window trying to see which direction the wind, or you don't use your flashlight to land an aircraft. What you do, you just land in the dark and you pinpoint your runway and you go in. And the same thing in the trading. Your instruments are your guidance, your lights. This is going to pinpoint for you which direction you want to take. If you are shooting in the dark, guess what? Your luck is not with you. So, as we see right now, the ES is coming to the 41.50. This is a support. There is no short trade. Those guys are auto trading with an ATR. They are already in trouble. And their auto trade doesn't matter if they are using Rank bar, 1 minute, 3 minutes, 5 minutes. By this time, they all start going short. Whether he have a high time frame, lower time frame, banana time frame, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. From that direction all the way here, his auto trade starts going short, which there is no short. And that's why he's losing money. Because he's not thinking. There is a support area here. There's a support area here. And there is most likely this market is going to hold at this area. Now, sometimes this guy with an ATR, maybe the market is going to go further down by luck. But it does not mean his auto trade is making money. He just shoot a rock on the tree and he just took everything down on this tree. So it does not mean it's gonna hit the tree every single time. So as we see here, this is the support area, and you see now the market is start going out. Guess what happened to this guy? He's losing. Or his stop loss now start being in order. So you have to understand your levels in the market. There is a certain area on that chart you cannot trade, whether you are a professional trader, amateur trader, auto trader, banana trader. You cannot. There is a certain area on the chart, whether you like it or not, whether you optimize or not. This market is not tradable from below the 41.49 all the way down to the 41.39. It's not tradable. Whether you take short or long, it's not tradable. Whether you are using an auto trade or not, it's not tradable. Because you cannot determine if this market gonna hold on one of those lines. And this is where the disaster on your account start occurring. You can brush it off. You can deny it. You can say, oh, come on. You can do whatever you want. At the end of the day, it's your money you are losing. You don't tell me, don't argue with me. I've been doing this for 28 years. Just look at your account and tell me how well you are doing. The reason is, it's not changing auto trade. It's not changing company. It's not changing your guy is leading you in the market. Those are irrelevant. What it is you need to change yourself and looking at the chart itself and determine if this market is tradable or not. There is no exit out of it. There is no shortcut. You can spend the rest of your life for the next 50 years buying auto trades, buying indicators, buying voodoo indicators. We have some people, they pray when they are trading, with all the respect. Okay, nice. But also you need to think what's going on, you know. Some people might bring their wives. What do you think? Should I go long or short? You know, we had one guy, he bought an auto trade and disappeared on me in New York. And And I called this guy. I said, "Don't you want to come to webinar and learn how to?" The guy have zero experience. Back then, we used to have an A scalper and a B scalper. He said, "I'm okay, Sam." And his wife hired a psychic every morning, and the psychic will tell him to use an A scalper or a B scalper every morning. So he find a way out. He don't have to use his brain. When he told me this, I just opened my mouth and went back to my chair. And I was speechless, trying to reboot my head to get digested what I have heard, using a psychic to determine if he needs to use an A scalper and a B scalper. And that really freaked me out. It left me speechless for over half an hour. And I was looking at my hand. I can see my hand, but I couldn't move it. And now this guy, if he goes on the internet, is he going to say his wife hired a psychic for him to tell him which auto trade to use this morning? And so it's amazing what people do to get out of a work, but they all want money, but they don't want to work for it. And you'll be amazed. People come into the market, want the money, but they don't want to sweat. Like many people, they want executive job, and he cannot count to 10, but he wants an executive job. You don't see a donkey playing piano. You cannot get an executive job if you cannot count to 10. Simple. So during those years, we learned a lot how people try to do their best to build out of a hard work. And in this market, you don't work, you don't earn. Simple. Take it or leave it. As we said, this one here, the ATR, will start firing short, and there is no short. And guess what? All those amateur traders, they start losing trades. This is a pullback re-entry. Until now, the market is in a way flat. There is not enough strength. And if we are taking any trade on an auto trade at this moment, we need to keep our eye to reconsider if we want to close position, override the auto trade, or just let it be to see if we can go further up. If we notice on those charts, both of them that were making money, the Nasdaq, which they were on the opposite direction, and they all closed with no money to be made. They both closed. One did go short and one did go long, and both of them did not make money, indicating the market is not getting anywhere. There is no trend in the market. And as we said before, every time when you see a problem in Nasdaq, Dow Jones, ES, you turn around on the CL, you will find it is trending. Why is trending? People knows when the market is not trending on the ES, they refuge to the CL, because all those older guys, they know the trick. When they see there is no trending, you turn around on the CL, you'll always find it trending when the ES is not trending. Almost 90%. When you don't see movement on the ES Nasdaq, you turn around, you auto trade the CL, and you are a happy camper. One guy said, "Can you call me every morning, tell me if I need to trade the CL and the ES?" When I told him that, he said he will be very happy with me if I call him every morning and tell him, because I'm dreaming about him every morning. I said, "Sure, and we'll send you coffee and donuts in the morning. We wake you up with the music and chocolate, and we tell you now you need to trade the CL, and we wish you the good luck." I tell you what, I can stay sleeping and I can give you my account and you do it for me. Oh, yeah. So It's amazing how people trying to get out of their responsibilities, and so one time we had a guy, he want us to call him before the webinar starts. Because he don't know how to set up the alarm on his mobile phone. But he wants to trade and make money. I said, Google how to put the alarm on your iPhone. He said, can you do it for me? I said, no, I'm not your mother to come in and set up the alarm for you on a mobile phone. Ask your mother to do it for you. So, the market is start losing the ground. If this market go below that number here, stop trading, period. If this market go below the 41.49, flatten all your trades and stay on the side. This is the number, 41.49, stay out of it. It's dangerous. If this market go below that number, it's finished. Don't trade, stop. Let's see what is gonna happen. On the Nasdaq, it's gonna stop at 129.45, somewhere around there. If this market able to go below the 129.40, that means we have a trade. And if this market stays on that level, did not go below, we are okay. If this market go below that level, you should not be trading anymore. And look what happened to the Nasdaq and the ES. It's not going down. The support areas are holding those markets, and your indication of your auto trade going taking short, it is a wrong direction. Has nothing to do with your optimization. Has nothing to do if it was last Tuesday you took a trade and made $500 on a short ES. It does not mean it's gonna reoccur again. So we're gonna hold in here. There is no trade anymore here. There is only pullback re-entry, and it is very dangerous at this moment, pullback re-entry. So what we need to do in this situation, you need to flat out everything. To stay away from the trouble, you need to flat out everything. Because if this trade right now make you lose 200, that's $50,000 a year. If you lose $200 a day, that's $50,000 a year. Do you have $50,000 a year to lose? If you don't have, then you better stop right here. Let's wait till this market open up again and we can pinpoint you which direction to take. Right now, there is not short. Technically, there is no short at this moment. You never know when the ES is gonna turn around on you and fool you. Don't trust the market. There is a lot of heavy support area, and you should not be touching the ES. I will not touch the ES for $1. And look what happened in between the Nasdaq, and see what happened in between the ES. It's not straight shooting down. It's going back. One bar up, couple bars down, couple bars up, one bar down. That can drive anyone crazy. This is very, very critical area to be traded on the ES and those levels here. Very critical. And we will see what will happen in here. Because the ES is gonna have an impact on the Nasdaq and OIM, whether we like it or not. And if we look at this ES, if we are not monitoring on all direction, we can say, okay, it's short, but it's not short yet. The sellers start coming in, the red dots start pulling. Let's see if the sell strong enough to break all those levels, and then we will say it is short. It's much better to be safer, making less money, than jump on the wagon and most likely you're gonna lose money. We're not out of trouble, guys. We still have this last one here, 4140. We need to break the 4140 before we start going short. As long as this market above 4140, I will not touch it. Once this market breaking the 4140, that means we are now confirming that this market is short. If you notice, look what happened to the ES. It's turning around. We don't know how much it's gonna turn around. We don't know if it's gonna go further down anymore. All the indication here says there is a sellers, but still there is a lot of strength to the long side. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. And it is not strong short. So you gotta stay on the side, and until we break all those levels, then we say, okay, now the road is clear to take short trade. And if we notice here, there is a hesitation to go further down. So we gotta wait and see what will happen. The sellers are pushing very hard. You can see where it's those light, the red light is pressuring the market down, further down. They're trying to push this market down, and that's fine. Let's see if they are able to do that before we start taking any action in there. So let's wait. If somebody's saying my auto trade is making money short, I'll tell you what, all our auto trades making shorts. They're making money short. I can bring it all the way down to you. All of them, they are making money. All our ES making money. And we also have a CL. This one here is 5,000. On the 3-minute CL is already hit the 6,000. Above the 6,000 on the CL. 3 minutes. On the 2 minutes is 5,000. And on the 3 minutes is 6,200. Now, if we look at this market, where this market really hesitating, from those lower level, the market is hesitating, and the sellers are pushing this market, and now the sellers over the buyers, and it's taking a little hard time to break those levels. So let's see what happened. So going short on your ES and is making money, because of the situation, you need to immediately close it, or take your trailing stop, or secure some of your trades somewhere, because this is a very, very high risk trading. And the smartest one is not the one who make more money. The smart one who push the button and say, close position, I'm out of this game. This is the smart one, not the one who makes more money. The ones who protect his money and leave the gambling room as soon as possible. This is the smart guy, not the guy who wants $10,000 on his trade. So as we see right now, this ES is still holding on those levels, and the short is not in order. So this ES trade, the one anyone is bragging, making money short trade, I mean, what this man is talking about, and look at it, what happened in here. By using a trailing stop, you will never see no more than $200 a day on every trade. You're not gonna see it. By swing trading, you have to understand your level to nail those thousands of dollars of trades. Those you cannot use a trailing stop. What you need to do, use your knowledge. You let the auto trade take the entry, and you can see what is the limitation for this market, and then you close position, you maximize your profit. If you are using trailing stop, you will never see $1,000 on your trade, on each trade, never. Because you are using a dummy trailing stop, you're not doing any work. The less work you do, the less money you earn in the market. Simple. We're still waiting on the ES to see which direction wanna go. The ES is neutral. There is no long, there is no short. I cannot tell you go long, I cannot tell you to go short. So the ES is a neutral here. And we don't know which direction it's gonna go, honestly. Your best choice is to flip a coin. That's why I said from the beginning, there is a certain area on the chart you need to skip, period. You don't even need to auto trade on it, because this is the area where most of the amateur traders lose money. Actually 90% they lose their money in those areas. They're not cautious, they just looking at P&Ls. They are avoiding the whole chart. What is their own chart, not our system, their own chart, what is indicating. They are ignoring it, and then they get into this levels here, and then they start losing money, and they think is the and they think is the optimization on their auto trade is not good, or the template is not good. That's how they think. And if we notice here, the ES is holding on that level 41, 43, and has nothing to do with this guy template or this guy optimism. It has nothing to do with it. It's irrelevant. There we go. if you notice, for the any guy was bragging about the ES that was making money on the short, no problem. And what I'm trying to say, you need to keep your eye on the market. And here, you had 1,000. You had $1,000. Here, you closed less than $500. The difference between here and here is a trader keep his eyes and know. Has nothing to do with the auto trade. He can see this market bottom up at 41.43, and then he get out. He close. He push the button, and he close. Another trader keep it to the destiny, and he go and close less than 500. That indicate two trader using the same auto trade, the same entry, does not necessarily they make the same money. It's not. And if this auto trade did not close that trade and he's not paying attention, he can go minus in it. You know, so, and so now if we notice, that's what I was trying to tell you, why most of the amateur traders lose money in those areas. They're not looking at it, because if you notice, we don't know if this market is gonna turn around from the 41.45 or 41.43. We don't know. We don't know if they are able to push it and break it until the market come here. We can indicate, see how is the pressure. If we notice now the pressure has changed, the momentum has changed, the support area supporting, and then what it is, the market is trying to climb again, and this confusion in the market making 95% of traders losing money, whether they are auto trading, manual trading, or in the matter of fact, even if they are in the trading room, they will lose money. Somehow the guy always in the webinar, he charged people money. He always come out with 100, 200 ticks a day profit, but somehow his traders, they are down 100 ticks somehow. I don't want to get into it. So even if he's following somebody else, he's in trouble today. If he is auto trading, he's in trouble. If he's manual trading, he's in trouble. Why? Because this area cannot be traded. Simple as that. It can be traded above or below. When you have a turbulence, you have to fly either above or below. In the same way here, you can go short below the fogs, or above the fogs. So there is no way you can dive into this turbulence here and you're gonna come out on your feet. There is no way. When you see confusion in the market, you are in trouble. When you cannot tell if this market short, you don't need to do manual trade. But if you ask me right now on this ES is long or short, I will tell you flip a coin. You will be better off to ask me, because I have no indication in here until I see this ES go below that level here. Then it is short. I don't need to guess. You don't need to guess trade. If you are guessing trade, you are in trouble. Don't guess. Be patient. When you see the market is in between and there is a confusion in the market, go get yourself a cup of coffee, take a break, keep your eyes away from the computers, do something, go for half an hour for a walk, come back, get your blood moving a little bit, come back and you're fresh again. You're not gonna be miss anything in this market. Trust me. There is always pullback re-entry. You're not gonna miss anything. Don't concentrate on the chart all day long. You get tired, you make mistakes. Trust me on that. When you cannot read it, go away from your computer. 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, come back. Nothing. You come back fresh. Nothing wrong with that. Nobody forced you to sit 8 hours behind a computer. You just decide to be miserable sitting behind the computer for 8 hours. But the rules is not like this. The rules is you come in the morning, least hour, less time, efficiency, and get out. This is the rules of the market. It's not the rules you sit down miserably behind a computer for 8 hours looking at PNLs. Those rules you have made. Nobody made it for you. So and now the Nasdaq officially is going short, and now the ES is not out of the wood yet. I will not jump on it. Wait. 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 The Nasdaq is the short is in order on SIM. The Nasdaq is in order short on SIM. We need the ES to go further down. We need this ES to break that level to help us on the Nasdaq. It's very important, this ES to break that level to help us on the Nasdaq. We're gonna wait a little bit on the ES to see. The market is pointing down the sellers over the buyers. The ES is about time right now. If you notice, there is a dot come in right on top of your wick. Look, I mean, the details are amazing. Once you get the dot, it's telling you that means there is a strong trend. Look at this. You see the dot right there. Don't underestimate what we are looking at. Don't. So it's about time to break that line, and we are going to be okay. So the indication is right on time, telling you we're about to break those levels. And there we go. A very tough market for the one today. It started very smooth, and now it is very getting tougher and tougher for the guy cannot read that chart. It's going to be a tough day for him. And there we go. Look at this. We knew it is about time to break those levels, and it's about to do that as we speak. The Nasdaq, we are in a good position, and we need the ES to drag the Nasdaq farther down, so we should be in a good hands. Folks, it's 11 o'clock. It has been 1 hour. I cannot stay a long time today. We have so much to do. I want to say thank you very much for today. God bless you all, and we will see you another day. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.